Hello, assalamu alaikum. My name is Safan Sayed. I am a Muslim.
Louder.
Okay, is this on? Okay, alright. Hello, assalamu alaikum. My name is Safan Sayed. I am the Muslim representative of UniFaith. This is Jacob Hall, the Jewish representative. Michael Bromberg and Chris Argelis, the Christian representatives, and Vishal Patel, the Hindu representative. Welcome to Islamic Foundation, and thank you for joining UniFaith and the Muslim Leaders of America for the Umbrellas for Faith project. Now, we have a number of speakers for you today, so I'm really not going to talk very long. And all I really want to say is that it's an honor having all of you with us to celebrate religious diversity. And without further ado, I would like to call Mr. Umar Muzaffar to the stage, the MLA Program Director.
These are some of the pitfalls of interfaith work. So greetings everyone, assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. I will be speaking again later on, so I just only wanted to take this moment to welcome everyone in our special event. This will be the first, I think it's the first of many such events focused on bringing each and every one of us together because of our faith, not despite our faith. Bringing us together because of what our faith compels us to do, as opposed to splitting and focusing on differences. Even our differences are part of what brings us together. But that's all I want to mention right now. We will speak a little bit more later on. But the event is most importantly for the kids, so at least you really don't want to hear me speak beyond that. Okay. So thank you.
All right, for those Greeks out there, Christos Anesti. Our next speaker is representing the Greek Orthodox Christians at this event. He attended Boston College and went to graduate school at the University of Chicago, where he has a PhD in ethics, both religious and philosophical. He also went to the Greek Orthodox School of Theology. He now teaches ethics and religious classes at the North Central College. Please welcome Mr. Perry Himalis.
Sisters and brothers, good to see you all. I feel very safe up here with such a protection squad here. I've been asked to share a few brief words with you today as a representative of the Christian faith about the mission of UniFaith and about today's activity. And I want to start with a word of gratitude to the leadership of the Islamic Foundation. I didn't realize I was going to get to see my friend, Mr. Omar Muzaffar here, and it's a great opportunity to reconnect with you, Omar. But I want to thank the leadership here for agreeing to host and for the hospitality and generosity in inviting us all to gather for this shared purpose, promoting peace and respect through mutual understanding. I also want to applaud the vision and the efforts of these 5 young men, of Safan, Chris, Mike, Vishal, and Jake, and their families for all the support they've given. Starting an organization like UniFaith takes a maturity and a courage that's really, truly inspiring. While my own faith tradition, like Chris's, is Eastern Orthodox Christianity, this morning I was invited to be a guest speaker at a United Methodist church in Naperville. And after I had given my talk, many members of the community one of the members of the community asked me a question about whether or not we as human beings will ever stop creating divisions among ourselves and treating each other badly. And I paused for a minute and then I said, let me tell you about this event that I'm going to be participating in this afternoon. And I talked with them about this event and about the hope that lies in our youth and really about the promise that's packed into the courage that these young men demonstrate along with their friends and classmates. So there's a tremendous amount of hope that lies in working together, in learning about each other, and in respecting differences in religious worldviews. And the folks at this United Methodist Church were just absolutely thrilled to hear about the event today and about the students that have emerged as leaders in this vital purpose. So in a few minutes, I have to communicate something of substance about the Christian faith. And I'd like to focus on two images. First, the image of the umbrella, and second, the image of the circle. So the umbrella, of course, is an image of protection. It provides shade for us, shade from the hot sun, as well as a dry covering for the rain. Right? A good umbrella is a really valuable tool, but it also has its limits. Protection from the rain and from the sun are important, for sure. But as we know, there are other dangers, other kinds of threats to our health and well-being that can be devastating. We need a kind of umbrella that can cover us from more dangers if we're going to stay physically and spiritually well. As Christians, this kind of protection is understood as being connected to the power of God and to faith. The Apostle Peter speaks in his first letter of the Christian community as being protected by the power of God through faith. And the Apostle Paul uses the image of the shield of faith in his letter to the Galatians. So faith is that which primarily protects, shields, covers us like an umbrella. In the Orthodox Church, as is the case among Roman Catholics, we also have the practice of venerating saints, of honoring saints as those who can pray to God boldly for our protection because of their closeness to God. We even have a feast day in the Orthodox tradition on October 1st that's called the Feast of the Holy Protection. In the Greek, Idia Skepi, and in the Russian, Pokrova, which celebrates Mary, the mother of Jesus, as having a special role as a protector in times of danger, much as our own mothers are there to protect us as children. So, for Christians of all churches, the umbrella provides an image of God's protection. But I would suggest one other meaning for Christians that the umbrella provides. Our belief is that not only does God provide protection for us from heaven up above, but that out of love for all humanity, this same God turned the umbrella upside down and used it as a scoop that gathers and lifts all of us up to divine heights. Christians believe that in an act of radical love and humility, the protecting God became vulnerable himself, became fully human in the person of Jesus Christ, and dwelt on earth among us for the sole purpose of bringing all of humanity, indeed all of creation, back into right relationship with God. So the umbrella is both an image of protection and an image of collection, that which covers and that which gathers and lifts us up in communion and holiness. And the second image is that of a circle, and this one relates more to how the mission of UniFaith can, I think, be most successful. It's not something that I came up with, but it's from a 6th century Christian saint named Dorotheos of Gaza, and I'm sure that it's an image that's been used by religious voices in other traditions as well. But Dorotheos says the following: suppose we were to take a compass and insert the point and draw the outline of a circle. The center point is the same distance from any point on the circumference. Now concentrate your minds on what is to be said. Let us suppose that this circle is the world and that God himself is the center point. The straight lines drawn from the circumference to the center are the lives of men and women. To the degree that the saints enter into the things of the Spirit, they desire to come nearer to God, and in proportion to their progress in the things of the Spirit, they do in fact come closer to both God and to their neighbor. The closer they are to God, the closer they become to one another. And the closer they are to one another, the closer they become to God. This image of a circle, and you can imagine yourselves all making a circle and then slowly taking a small step toward the center of that circle. You're going to get squished next to each other. And that's an image of the way the dynamics of faith and growth in God, growth in holiness, as well as growth in sisterhood and brotherhood. And I would just leave the leadership team here with this challenge, that as you work together to seek and promote peace and respect, that you'll also each deepen your commitment to growth toward God, growth in the spiritual life, or growth in holiness. In this way, you'll indeed achieve something more profound than just peaceful respect. You will achieve community and the highest form of friendship. Thank you.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. To all the Hindus out there, Hari Om.
Hari Om.
To speak about the Hindu faith, we have Devendra Trivedi. Mr. Trivedi has worked for the State Forensic Science Laboratory for 34 years. His present position is as an assistant lab director. He also has served as alderman of Lockport and is presently Lockport's mayor. Mr. Trivedi has been a member of Chinmaya Mission Chicago, located in Willbrook, since 1987. He has been a coordinator of adult study groups at the mission, where he teaches the one God principle based on Adventic Vedanta. The mission teaches practicing this principle in all secular and spiritual transactions. God is the guiding principle for all of us, and we must follow values taught by religion. Without further ado, Mr. Devendra Trivedi.
Thank you. Thank you, Vishal, for inviting me. Thank you, Islamic Foundation. I'd like to thank all the project